Hello, good morning to all of you. Myself, Mohammad Ayaz Khan, a Science Technology faculty at NEXT IAS. So, today I am here to discuss the questions which were asked in Civil Services Mains 2022 from the portion of Science and Technology. In all, there were three questions, one from energy, one from biotechnology and the other from the space. So, let us start with the discussion. Here I will give you the basic structure, how we should have attempted while writing the answer of these three questions. So, let us have a look at the questions and then how to go about it. So, this was the question number 12, which was on the topic of energy. That do you think India will meet 50% of its energy needs from renewable energy by 2030? Renewable energy. Justify your answer. How will the shift of subsidies from fossil fuels to renewables help achieve the above objective? Explain. Explain. So, basically here the question was about renewable energy, which is obviously at so let's go for this question. So, question is about 50% of the energy needs जो हैं वो क्या इससे आ पाएंगे और जो शिफ्ट है वो सब्सिडीज का जो हुआ है फॉसिल फ्यूल्स टू रिन्यूएबल्स वो कैसे हुआ है और ये कैसे रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी को सपोर्ट करेगा. सो लेट्स गो फॉर दिस डिस्कशन. So, first and foremost, what exactly should be the introduction? So, last year at the conference of party, Government of India committed that 50% of the total energy, 50% of the total energy will come from non-fossil sources, non-fossil sources. Okay, so it's non-fossil basically, which includes renewable as well. So, here basically there should be renewable energy, which includes solar, wind. In case of wind, both onshore and offshore. Then obviously small hydropower projects. Okay, so our target obviously 450 gigawatt we will be producing by 2030, that is 50% of the total. So, let us go for this. What exactly is the target, how to again go for it? In this question we just need to give the breakup, like what exactly we are looking for. Solar. So, see, solar we are looking to produce approximately 3 lakh megawatt by 2030. As of now, under Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission, the target is to produce 1 lakh megawatt of solar power by the year 2022. And currently, India is producing around 55 gigawatt. So, this is the current status of the solar power in the country. So, now let us go for that. What exactly we have done to promote the solar power in terms of financial support. So, here if I tell you that solar sector is getting the support from Government of India in the form of National Clean Energy Fund. Now, National Clean Energy Fund basically is based on the imposition of clean environment cess on coal. So, on coal per ton there is a cess of 400 rupees per ton, which the coal mining company has to pay. 400 rupees per ton which the coal mining company has to pay, and this 400 rupees per ton is being transferred in National Clean Energy Fund, and this National Clean Energy Fund is being used to provide the financial support in the form of domestic content requirement, which was introduced in the year 2013 by the government. That is one part. Other than that, solar, there is obviously, take rooftop panels. For rooftop panel, there is a 30% subsidy which is being given to the by the government for promoting the solar power. Then if we see again for solar, there is a financial support for the use of solar in the agriculture sector with under the scheme called Kusum. Then if you see to promote the solar, there is again approved list of models and manufacturers, approved list of models and manufacturers that Government of India has approved certain models of the solar panels, and only those panels needs to be used in the government funded solar power projects. So, ALMM, there is a rooftop panel, there is a Kusum, and again to promote the solar, Government of India has come up, Niti Aayog has come up with the Saral Index. Saral Index, which is ranking the states in terms of their attractiveness for the rooftop solar panels and all. So, this is obviously this is how the subsidies, and somewhere these subsidies are coming from being diverted from the fossil sector, but still the fossil sector has approximately 3 times the subsidies. Fossil fuels still get 3 times the subsidy for the renewable energy. Still it is getting 3 times the subsidy over there. Okay, fine. So then again related to solar, you can come up with ultra mega solar power project. That is one more thing. Then solar, obviously in this question you should have linked solar with green hydrogen as well, because green hydrogen is going to play the complementary role in obviously in reducing greenhouse gas emission. Okay, so National Green Hydrogen Mission, we should have mentioned 1 or 2 lines about that particular thing. So solar, obviously this is like now comes to the wind part. Now wind, we all know the target is 60,000 megawatt. We are approximately as of now 40,000 megawatt. Now wind, obviously there are 2 aspects to it. There is onshore, and now we have come up with offshore wind energy policy. Now this offshore is not included in this. So this offshore is not a part of it. Under offshore, we have kept this target of 5 gigawatt by the year 2030. And again, one more thing related to this is we are now having hybrid solar and wind plants. Okay, and you should have mentioned here one more thing, floating solar plants as well. So obviously first part of this question should be the breakup: solar, wind, small hydropower projects, okay, renewable energy, which is going to be a part of the non-fossil energy. Basically the question is, last year the commitment India gave was 50% will come from non-fossil. Now non-fossil does not mean renewable. Non-fossil includes nuclear as well. Non-fossil includes waste to energy as well. So this question, obviously, as they are asking, is about renewable. So I will be focusing myself only on the renewable. So these are the major things. Now one more last paragraph, you can focus on a small hydropower project, where the target is around 5,000 megawatt by the year 2030. So this way, if you see that approximately 3 lakh will be coming from the solar, 60,000 from there, then 5 gigawatt from offshore, that makes around 3,65,000, then 5,000 here, that is around 3,70,000. Okay, And renewable energy here, we are forgetting one very small, very significant part, that the big hydropower projects, that has also been included by the government as the renewable energy. So in my opinion, we are well on our way to achieve. It looks like with all these support which has been provided by the government, we might be achieving the target of 50% of our electricity coming from the non-fossils by the 2030. Now, as far as subsidies are being concerned, they are being provided. There is a diversion of the subsidy from the fossils to the renewable, and two examples I can give you is the 30% subsidy for the rooftop panels, and the clean environment cess which is being imposed on the coal, and that clean environment cess is being transferred in the National Clean Energy Fund to provide the financial support to what? To the obviously to the solar panels in the form of domestic content requirement under the Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission. Okay, so besides that, there is a provision of financial support for the green hydrogen plants. There is support for the renewable energy, wind energy. Okay, so that way this particular question needs to be attempted. Now continue further. We'll be going to the next question now. Next question was about this is about James Webb Space Telescope, this question. Launched on 25th December 2021, James Webb Space Telescope has been much in the news since then. What are its unique features which make it superior to its predecessor? Okay. Space telescopes, what are the key goals of this mission? What potential benefits does it hold for the human race? So there are three questions. How is it better? What are the key goals? And what are the potential benefits for the human race? So let's answer this question. Question number 2, James Webb Space Telescope. So obviously, if you see this question, we will be comparing James Webb Space Telescope versus Hubble Telescope. So Hubble was using visible and ultraviolet, and then James Webb. And then what are the key goals? And third question is the potential benefits. For human race. See, James Webb Space Telescope, as we all know, if I am going to start the answer, it is obviously a joint initiative of 3 space agencies, that is NASA, Canadian Space Agency, and European Space Agency. It is placed at L2. L2 is a Lagrangian point. In your answer, you are not supposed to explain what is Lagrangian point. Okay. उसकी ज़रूरत नहीं है. It is an infrared telescope. Using infrared telescope, the diameter of the lens is 6.5 meter. These are general things. Now here the examiner is asking you to compare with the Hubble telescope. See, Hubble telescope was placed in low Earth orbit. It was using ultraviolet and visible light. Ultraviolet and visible light. So because of it was using ultraviolet and visible light, Hubble was not able to give it was unable to provide. It was unable to provide sharp images. Sharp image. The images were blurred. As James Webb Space Telescope is using infrared and the distant, so it can pick up the light, it can take the light which is coming from the distant objects. So James Webb, because it is using infrared, can pick the light wave coming from distant objects. That's why its images are better. compared to Hubble telescope. Now comes to this part, key goals. Basically, the key goals, if we say, of James Webb are: first, look for life beyond solar system and Milky Way. Now in this context, the discovery of water, detection of water in the atmosphere of the planet WASP 96b is an important finding, because if there is water in the atmosphere, that means there will be some liquid water as well. And as for the science, you all know that life originated in water. So that is it, look for life. Then the second goal of this is to how the universe has evolved. Universe का evolution कैसे हुआ है over a period of time, means somewhere it is looking for this Big Bang theory testing. Then the third goal of James Webb is the formation, observe the formation of stars, Now in this context, if you see, it has observed Carina Nebula named as NGC 3324. There it has observed the birth of a star, Then another goal for this, organization of the matter in the galaxies. How the matter is organized in the galaxies, because every galaxy has a different shape. So here one of the finding of the James Webb Space Telescope has been, there is a cluster of galaxies SMAC 0723, and this cluster of galaxies was responsible for gravitational lensing. Now gravitational lensing, which is the bending of the light, is one of the evidences, to support general theory of relativity given by Einstein. So somewhere the James Webb Space Telescope will put general theory of relativity on a stronger foundation. So James Webb has rather confirmed, which has been said about the general theory of relativity in the form of gravitational lensing, and gravitational lensing is nothing but the bending of the light. Now these are the key goals of the James Webb Space Telescope. Now let's go to the next part. What are the potential benefits it has got for us? So potential benefits, see, as such, it will obviously be going to contribute in astrophysics, like our understanding of the processes in the universe, like it has observed the collision of galaxies, in Stephan's quintet, its a place in the universe. So that it will lead to some new physics New physics means the phenomenon or the mechanisms which we don't know, or we have different understanding of certain things, and it might throw up the contrary data to our present understanding of the processes. It has happened in the past, many things have been modified, and it will happen in the future as well, when many new things will be added and the existing things will be modified. So this is how you should stop your answer on the concept of new physics. Okay, and obviously this potential benefits, if we see James Webb Space Telescope along with LEGOs, they will obviously take us towards better understanding of black holes, dark matter, and maybe dark energy, and even obviously antimatter. So this is it. This was James Webb Space Telescope question. Now move further. Now this is the third question about vaccine. What is the basic principle behind vaccine development? How do vaccines work? What approaches were adopted by the Indian vaccine manufacturers? So their basic principle, vaccine development. Okay, how do vaccines work? Okay, और हमारे क्या क्या approaches थे, है ना? So there are like, let us have the question 3 vaccines. First part of vaccine, basic principle. Second, how do they work? Third, different approaches adopted by Indian vaccine manufacturers. So basically there are 4 approaches of making the vaccine. So listen, let's start with, see, the basic purpose of vaccine is to activate. So what is basically vaccine? Vaccine, the objective is to activate the humoral immune system. Now humoral immune system means to start the formation of antibodies by the WBCs. So vaccines, obviously this is the basic principle, just somehow start the formation of antibodies. What are antibodies? Basically antibodies are the proteins produced in response to the infection. So how do they work? This is the second part. See here, the vaccines, they work in a very simple manner. The vaccine which we are using, whatever we are using in a vaccine, it is being identified by the T cell. T cell basically a type of WBC. And then T cell communicates to the B cell. B cell is again a WBC. After receiving the signal from the T cell, the B cell produces the antibodies. And then these antibodies obviously target what has been used as a vaccine. Another important point is, this is one, they target the vaccine. Another important, these B cell, remember, they have a memory. Now in future, if that person who has received the vaccine is being exposed to the actual pathogen, then B cell will immediately target the pathogen. immediately target कर देगा pathogen and kill that. This is how they work. Now comes to the third part of the question. How do these vaccines work? Sorry, approaches. So basically, Indian manufacturers has adopted 4 approaches. Approach 1 is a whole virus vaccine. Whole virus vaccine example is Covaxin by Bharat Biotech. So in whole virus, what we do, we take corona, and this corona is killed, coronavirus is killed, and it is injected. It is injected. Okay, fine. Then T cell identify the pathogen, then they inform the B cell. B cell makes the antibodies to target the corona, and this is being destroyed. But then the B cell remembers and might kill the actual infectious agent. That is whole virus vaccine. Huh? Then other than whole virus, there is another approach, viral vector. Now viral vector is being used in Covishield by Serum Institute of India. Okay. And this is being used in that nasal vaccine as well by Bharat Biotech. So in this case, chimpanzee adenovirus is taken, and its disease causing genes are removed. एडिनो लिया, एडिनो causes common cold और इसकी जो बीमारी वाली genes है वो हटा दें, and then we add the spike protein gene from कोरोना की spike protein gene ऐड कर देता है, and this is then injected. Now after being given as injection, the spike protein is synthesized in our body. That spike protein is identified by T cell, T cell informs B cell, B cell makes the antibodies to target the spike protein, and it is destroyed. But B cell remember, and when there is an actual infection, it kills that. So Covishield is based on viral vector. Third is nucleic acid. Nucleic acid, there is mRNA based vaccine made by Pune based Genova Pharma, although not yet approved. But we have DNA based vaccine, Zycov-D by Zydus Cadila. Here obviously mRNA is injected, which results in the formation of a spike protein, which is picked up by T cell, then they inform B cell, B cell targets the spike protein, the same process. India is the only country which has approved DNA based vaccine. So here DNA based on the RNA of corona is injected. The same process, protein synthesis, T cell, B cell. This is the third approach we have, nucleic acid based. The fourth approach we have is protein subunit. Protein subunit Corbevax, made by Biological E Limited. Now, Corbevax, obviously here what we are doing, we are synthesizing protein in lab and then it is injected. Rest of the process is similar. T cell will identify, inform B cell, and then B cell obviously is going to kill that. That's as simple as this. So these are the four categories here in this question. While concluding, you need to come up with the COVAX facility of WHO, and one more thing, IPR waiver, which has been demanded by India and South Africa since 2020 October. This is, on this note you should conclude your answer. You should have concluded your answer. So these were the three questions from science and technology portion in this year. Although there in other, obviously these subjects, you know, in UPSC, they are multifaceted. So strictly speaking, they were three, and obviously it is up to the, you know, the innovation of the respective student where they want to use the information of one subject into the other subject. That's a different thing altogether. So my best wishes to all of you, and see you with those three alphabets in front of your name. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.